We're back. This is the You'll Never Talk Alone podcast, and we have got a special episode tonight, guys. Joining me tonight, should be three guys. Two have only arrived so far, but we've got Cecil from AFTV, and we've got Leon. You'll see him on Mandem talk a lot with Saeed and Najee, who is going to come on soon in a minute as well. Man United and Arsenal fans, the big clubs are around. Liverpool, Man United and Arsenal, the original three before any of this money came around. So this is a proper banter talk between the originals, the OGs. Hey, if you are enjoying this podcast, there's some things you can do to help. Leave a review and rate it 5 stars. Share with your friends, family, colleagues, and head over to our YouTube channel if you want to watch the video version. Now, on to the rest of the podcast. Boys, first of all, Cecil, how are you, my friend? How's your Christmas been? All right?
Christmas was great because we were at Christmas. We was on the top of the table, but life comes at you fast. Yeah, so you know what? I'm used to it. I know I learned from last year. So Christmas was lovely though, away from football, family time. I'm currently I'm in a new place. In my new place, me and my missus this is my studio that I've been building. It literally was building for Christmas and New Year. So I've had a good away from football, good personal. It's been good, nice family time at Christmas and New Year's. I hosted a party which was wicked in my new home. So gas for that. But back to football, like you said, you got the big clubs in the conversation tonight. So yeah, man, I'm good. I'm intrigued to see what we do in this hour and what we speak about, because I'm not in the most confident place right now. Like I said,
it's a different. When I approach you about this podcast, I think it's a different mindset you come into it now.
Oh, 100%. 100%. You messaged me ages ago, but I said yes. I'm top. We're top. We was up there. Nothing really worried about. I think we're still unbeaten at home. But yeah, all that has changed now. But this is football. This is how it is, and I'll show face regardless.
Like the star at the top of the tree, it's got to come down at some point. That's what you took the start at the top of the tree. It's come down. That's what Arsenal doing.
It's true.
Leon,
we'll be back.
Last time I chatted to you, my night was shit. My night is still shit. How's it going?
It's the same old. And do you know what gets worse for me? Yeah, big up Cecil, big up Damon as well. I think I'm from Nottingham, and my dad's a West Ham fan. So imagine how the last couple of weeks have been for me. So it's been tough. Do you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I'm feeling a bit more positive. I like how Cecil's his energy's changed in that, man. I like that, man. Do you know what I mean? It's making me feel a lot better in it. So yeah, man. Like I've just been in my boxing gym, and we got a running joke where them lot play that the African guy who's laughing at Man United and that. So whenever I call him with a bad result, they play it on the phone. So this week I called the guy over, one of the head coaches. I said, because I've got like 3-4 Arsenal fans in there, and there's only 2 United fans. I said, yeah. I said 1, 2, 3, 4. What happened? Do you know what I mean? And he's there. Like, you know what I'm saying? So all good, but yeah. Blessed to be here. Thanks for having me, man.
In a minute, we're joined by Najee when he does turn up. But this is why I invited Cecil instead of Ty, because I know there's going to be a different there's going to be a realization with Cecil. There's a bit more real with what's going on with Arsenal. But boys, let's talk about season so far then. My team top of the league somehow without a 6. You guys got a decent 6 in there, but Cecil, a few months ago, you looked good again. Like last season, you looked brilliant up until a point. But it's hard, isn't it? It's hard against this City side. You can't afford to drop any points.
Exactly that.
What's happened? Is it just complacency recent weeks or what?
I wouldn't say it's complacency. I just think, and there's not really many excuses if I'm honest. I think a lot of Arsenal fans and ones I've spoken with will say, look, we haven't really been clicking anyway from the start of the season. We haven't really hit our season of how good we've been of last season. So that's obviously a big factor. And I actually just think teams have kind of worked Arsenal out. I think last season, no one was really expecting us to do what we did. No one. And even when I think this happened when Leicester won the league, I think people saw it, but they thought, nah, no way. We'll be able to beat Arsenal regardless. That was especially last season. So they thought they'd stick to their game plan, and we just outplayed them. And I think we shocked teams. This season, I think teams are more aware of how to beat us. We saw that, especially against West Ham, especially against Fulham. West Ham were the catalyst there. They just sat back, low block, and then they took their chances. And I feel like that is literally the formula to beat Arsenal. If I'm honest, you can sit back, and if you put us on a low block, it's hard for us to break down. We won't break you down. And if you take your chances, you beat us. That's the thing. And at Christmas, like we played you guys at your place, and we were so buzzing because we got a draw. Not everyone, but some people were. I was quite happy that we got a draw there. I wanted to get a win, but a draw was a fair result, but that's because we both came to play. Was at Anfield. You were never going to sit back and just let us just dominate possession, and it was an enthralling game. But things change, and like I said, there's lesser teams. They're aware of Arsenal's threats nowadays, so they just sit back and understand whether you're home or away. Just frustrate them, take your chances, and you win. And that's what's kind of happened. Whether we'll bounce back or not, I don't know. I don't want to blame injuries because I think it's a weak excuse. And a lot of fans now are looking at Mikel Arteta. So yeah.
I mean, there's lots of teams that come on low blocks against his title sides. Najee's coming in now anyway. So is he? Najee, how's it going, lad?
Perfect timing.
How are we getting on, team? How's things, man?
How are you?
Leon's trying to hold down any sort of.
Oh no, I'm cool, man. I'm cool. I was about to dissect what Cecil said. That was calm for me. Do you know what I mean? So it's funny how energy can change, innit? Because like I'm seeing people wearing t-shirts. I'm seeing people. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm seeing people do a lot of things online. I'm seeing people confident we're going to win the league. I'm seeing people calling it. And this is the thing, yeah. This is the thing, Najee. You can back me up on this as well, yeah. We don't call it early. You never hear United fans what we were doing on top saying at November.
Yeah,
we were swinging it. But yeah, no, I'm enjoying it, man. It's nice to see the demise and all that sort of
nice view from down there, though, isn't it? It's a nice view.
Demise, you know, United fan talking about demise is crazy.
Oh yeah, of course, we're shameless. We're shameless FC right now. You know how we're
shameless
running
FC.
it.
I can't chat, bro. Bro,
FC.
your club is in turmoil, cuz.
And Damon as well. And Damon as well. I like how you slipped in a little excuse saying that we're top of the league without a 6, just in case you do drop off the top of the league. So I'm clocking.
You know what? I expected a title race this year, just because the players we've got and the manager we've got. I knew we were going to get a title race, but I still think we'll lose out to City. And that's me being realistic. I'm not going to be.
That's mad. That's mad. Because even I said that about Arsenal to start before the season started. I said we'll still lose out to City, but this could be the opportunity where, you know, I know they got Kevin De Bruyne coming back now, but we should really be taking. Yeah, we should be taking.
Excuse me, boys, until I get home, man. I've finished work, so when I get home, I can obviously, depending on how long you're going for, my friend, I can jump back on with the lights and stuff.
Yeah, get back on.
Yeah.
Oh, good. G. But yeah, no, like I said, like come on, like this should be the year that someone else wins it, man. Like I don't even care. I did previews today for the FA Cup game, especially Liverpool. They're on course to. I know they've been on course for a quadruple before, but you're Europa League favourites. You beat Arsenal in the FA Cup. If you do beat us, you and City you'll probably be favourites for the FA Cup. The Carabao Cup, you got Fulham next in the semi-finals. You beat them, you're in the final, and then for the league, you're up there. So you're on course again for a quadruple. Listen, whether you lot will be able to do that, I mean, it was funny last time.
Don't start saying that word around here.
I can start going back to it, but like to you getting the double, but like, yeah, man, you should be more confident than you are. You keep that was sliding without the 6. I did hear that as well, but I let that one slip. But you lot are supposedly back. You know the Anfield, the extra stand, everything's there. So should be more confident, man. I know obviously some people I get carried away. I got carried away last season. I was enjoying life. There was never a reason celebrating early, but there's context. But the internet don't care about context. So I'm not going to get into it. But yeah, man, enjoy it, man.
I don't think anyone uses context at AFTV, mate. I don't think anyone. Not from what we see. Not from what we see, anyway. There's zero context.
Yeah, fair.
You know when it says zero context, you get these accounts, don't you? Zero context. I think the whole AFTV is zero context.
And the sad thing about the internet is it's going to be there forever, bro. But no, yeah.
No, bro. This is me now. This is my full time. I know. But that's why I didn't do a top this year, because that'd have been awkward. Christmas top within 2 days. Well, within a week we're in 4th, so you know life comes at you fast.
You must be getting people stop you in the street. They must still stop you and say,
"Oh, bro, are you mad? That top, bro, is engraved in my. That's gonna be on my grave, bro. I get stopped even to this day. This morning, bro, that was one thing that. Listen, people talk about going viral, yeah, and I've always had like little moments, but that fuck me. Excuse my language, but yeah, that one is
the only way you're going to get back from that if Arsenal do win the league, and that might not happen.
You're going to have to keep calling it every season until it happens, and then it will
every year, bro. Like it's crazy. Like even like the month before, so in November, I could feel it. I could see people like I saw the meme pages. Remember when this guy did it? Like I saw it, and December was just wild for me. So, but. Life. Enjoyment, man. Believe in the team, man.
Do you know what, Damon? I'm surprised you're not more confident, because if you look at like your firepower up front, you've probably got the best in form probably up their best. Yeah, probably best quality in the league if you look at in form and ability. Do you know what I mean? So I'm surprised you're not more confident because City, they've got firepower, but they don't look that good this season. They don't look like the City of old, to be honest with you. I think Gundogan going was a big loss for them.
The 5 points behind now, right? With a game in hand. If they win that, they're 2 points behind us, and that's without De Bruyne for most of it. That's without Haaland a little bit of it now.
So worse.
When the second half of the season hits, the different City are different. You know, Arsenal fans have seen all that last season. We've seen it a couple of times against us. The City side getting a run, it's hard to keep up, you know. But again, yeah, we do have the probably best attack in, I won't say world football, but it's up there. It's only up there. And
wait. Okay, just name the three then, because if Nunez is in there, I'm not having it.
For me, it's like
Salah.
I'm going to go for 4. It's the 4 in it. That's what I'd say. It's
the 5. It's the 5 as a whole package. Salah,
he's put Nunez in it if he's saying 5. That's basically
but Nunez, right? let's talk Nunez. Nunez deserves absolute criticism. I'll be honest with Nunez here. He deserves absolute criticism. People hate playing against him, but he needs to fucking start putting his chances in because there's only so many chances. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
He's been long enough now. I don't think he's that quality.
Madly
long enough now. So
he's the ultimate player that I've never watched as such a frustrating player where he's got all this bag of talent, right, and he causes havoc. He still sets up goals and things like that. And I think he needs to be on wing because it's these chances that he's missing.
But he was on the wing. He was on the wing, didn't he? Take him out the little bit.
But the weekend he'll back on Monday against Newcastle, back up front again. He had about 8 shots against Newcastle and didn't score one goal.
Yeah, wow. That's ridiculous. He had the highest XG. I didn't score, bro. He is. Oh boy, I can't. I've spoken to so many.
He's mad talented, right? Honestly, he's got it in him. Like he's either offside, and when he's not offside, he's got on the ball. He doesn't know what to do with it sometimes. I think it's when he thinks about his chances, it messes him up. When he doesn't think about them, he's pretty decent. I mean, the goals against Newcastle earlier on in the season, one touch, bang, bottom corner. He can do it, but when he's like 1-on-1, he's got a few touches before the 1-on-1. I don't know if he panics. He hasn't got the ice cool veins.
Maybe he's just a La Liga striker. Maybe just got to come to terms with he's not a Prem kind of guy. Do you know what I mean? Not a good man in the Prem. Let's take him out of the equation.
Liverpool fans are holding on to it though. They're saying he will cut.
Yeah. We know what he's capable of. We know what he's capable of. At least we've got Jota back now, which is good because
I was going to say that.
Ice cold veins. I mean, Arsenal fans know that. Arsenal fans know a lot about Jota.
So what are we saying is, if we take Nunez out, what are we looking at? Jota, Diaz, Salah, and Gakpo.
See, I'm not even convinced on Gakpo. I think saying it, you've got the
do you know what? It's making me think. Cecil might be right here. You know, he's making me think it's not that good when you break it down. You take them 2 guys out.
It really isn't. It's Salah. I'll give you Salah. That's the main one. Listen, I like Luis Diaz and all that, but they haven't really hit the ground running either.
You're not giving a Jota now. You're not giving a Jota.
Jota.
Is he still heartening you?
No. Jota is a very, very good. He loves scoring against us. He's a very good player. I know he's probably going to start as well come the weekend, but yeah, man, Salah's really the one that stands out in the attack. So yeah, man, I don't know. I've got a question. I'm not so scared of your attack. I've been scared of your attack. The Jotas, the Firminos, the Manes back in the day, but I actually don't think what you have now is as threatening as scary, in my opinion. I think I'm actually quite comfortable. When we came to Anfield, I wasn't too worried. It was just Salah, in my opinion. So yeah, but
you know what? In that opinion, though, I think some Liverpool fans need to hear that because. You know, we've got the best 5 in the world. You know, I think it's up there, but it's definitely not the best 5. But when you compare it to Firmino, Mane, Salah, it's nowhere near yet. And Firmino, Mane, Salah, we were absolutely spoiled with those 3. I know Firmino wasn't a bagsman, but what he did on the ball and off the ball was incredible. And
his link-up play was amazing. False 9 was brilliant. Do you know what I mean? I think I'm just thinking, would I take Arsenal's 3 over Liverpool's 3? That's what I'm thinking right now. Like, would I really... and I can't believe I'm saying that, but I'm just thinking right now with form wise, would I be taking a Martinelli, a Saka, a Jesus? Who else have you got?
Martinelli, Jesus. No, yeah, you can't really give Eddie. But if you're gonna put like a Martinelli, if you're gonna, I don't know, you can't put him in. Sorry, I thought you didn't do your. I thought you was gonna do Szoboszlai and all that, but you didn't do that. So yeah, realistically, there's a Trossard in there who, I mean, when these players are on form, and that's why I can't give Liverpool. Say they're the best. I definitely want to say in the world. I mean, Real Madrid got the
Real Madrid
is crazy right now. Vinny Jr. and all them, man. So I can't really say that. But I mean, Arsenal's when Jesus, Martinelli, and Saka are firing, they're unbelievable. But again, if Salah, Luis Diaz, I still question that number 9 role for you guys. But if they're firing, it's up. They're both up there. I'll be honest, they're both up there because Saka and Martinelli, they are dangerous. Jesus, when he's firing as well, boy, they're electric. You can say that about a lot of front threes. City have a good front three when they're firing.
Should we talk United front three?
Wow.
It's sad because I'm obviously, people will know this watch this. I'm so team Rashford. Like behind me, that's his shirt on the wall as well. Like obviously, I work very close with him. I do all these adverts and that. So it pains me. And all my boys are United fans. It pains me how bad they've been. I've been like, well, not bad they've been. I don't care about them, but Rashford and kind of the attack for you guys is all over the place.
No, you're right. They've been because there's only one kid that really deserves that could be out of the firing line. That's Højlund. Really, the rest of them.
Højlund. Wow, I think it's like Garnacho.
I mean, if you look, what do you say about Garnacho?
I thought he was going to say Garnacho can be out of the firing line, but he said Højlund. Man, okay, fair.
See, with Garnacho, he's getting the chances and he's young. I just don't think that his ceiling's as high as what people are making out. I don't see the technical ability for him to go on to do what a Saka is doing, to go on to do. Do you know what I mean? I don't see that. Do you know what I mean? At all. You got to do more than kick and run with the ball for me, personally. Like, it's exciting when he gets space, but breaking down and actually technically playing the game, he doesn't have it in his locker. Yeah, so I think... I mean, we've got a running joke on Mandem talking. Everyone's calling Anthony a left back now, so it's not bad. It's got so bad.
Anthony, I can't. I'm not gonna come here and just break
84 million.
I know it's, bro. I remember when we played against you lot and he scored. Yeah, and he was doing that touch out the air when he jumps, and that aggravated me so much. And then he's just gone downhill, and then I see him still doing it. I'm just like, this guy has no shame. Like, it's mad. It's mad.
Like, do the simple. What's happened to the simple things in football? You know what I'm saying? It's a pass and go, something like that. I mean, you bought Sancho in, right, to do that sort of thing. I know he's off the field. He's gone off, off it a little bit and fallen out with Ten Hag. But Sancho has so much talent, and it's a shame that he's gone to Dortmund. It's completely wasted going back to Dortmund. Fair enough, and he should do. If he's fallen out with the manager and there's a big, massive fall, then this should happen. But when you got someone like Anthony playing there, that bad every single week, and it is like Cecil just said, he's doing like tricks when you're like, what are you doing tricks there for? There's certain times and moments you do tricks, and it's not 3-0 down. You know,
he's clueless. But I think for me personally, the Sancho one's a sticky kind of topic. I think like that, I can't go with the general census of the fan base of saying you have to apologize to a manager because I haven't heard the player side, so I don't know what was said and how he was treated before that moment. So I personally haven't made a judgment. Do you know what I mean? People can't really, a lot of people can't understand that. But until I've heard both sides, I don't make any. That's just the way I run with the whole judgment thing. But there's no doubt, and he's our best. With him and Amad Diallo are technically way above the rest of our squad, like even technically. So I think we're suffering because of that now, and it's a shame that the manager couldn't sort that situation out. Maybe egos aside, and just kind of get him playing because we need him right now. Like we're the only team in the Premier League that reaches the box, and we're relying on Bruno Fernandes.
The box.
We get to the box, no problem. We get to the box, no problem. But then it's like, we just don't know what to do.
It's mad. It's United, man. I don't know what it is. You don't get so many players with such high expectations coming to your club, and then it just bombs. It's such a shame. I just got a text from my friend. He said, "Don't let Flex get away with it." Because I said to him, Sancho will flop, but I actually expect it only for the first season, only because. And I love Sancho as a player. I've watched him when he was at Dortmund, and I like that sort of player. South London, I love all that. But I just felt coming from the Bundesliga, he's going to take time to adjust. It's not what it is over there. So I thought it'd take a year. Obviously, it's progressed from that. Obviously, there's reports of him and his tardiness and his attitude as well. Which, again, like you said, I don't want to speak too much or judge too much until I actually know certain facts. But it is a shame because I watched him in pre-season against us in New York.
He was good.
He ripped us to shreds.
Cecil, he was our best. He was our best player in pre-season.
Yeah, him and Mainu. That's the first game he played. I said, I actually thought. And it's funny, after that game, I was doing fan cams, flex KG, and all that, and all the United fans were like, "This season, watch." And I was like, "Yeah, we'll see." But there was some sort of worry in me at that stage. Never said it, but I was like, "Oh, there actually could be a problem this season." But again, it's a shame because it would be nice to have like the Liverpool, United, everyone back and fighting for the Premier League. But yeah, it's a shame what happened because I thought this would be a season where we'd see a lot kick on. But yeah, still a lot of problems.
Yeah, hell of a lot of problems. And I think that the big issue for me is what Damon said. No one's doing the basics. We don't do anything. I think we don't have a default. That's my issue with the manager right now, is we don't have a default when we're not playing well. We don't cut the ball back. We don't try and work it into the box. We don't try to play through the lines. We give it to El Bruno and tell him to chip it to the back post, and no one can have it. That's just mad. For me, when I talk about United now, it's gone beyond the like, can't believe it anymore. Do you know what I mean? It's just become the norm. And it's mad. Honestly, Cecil, it's crazy because it's like it's been happening for so long, and it's like we now go into games. If you ask a lot of the fans, like look at Flex, for example. I've watched Flex for years.
Yeah,
great guy. Love his content. One of the most positive United fans. Yeah, even he's starting to like proper lose his belief in the manager, and he's like,
100%.
Flex would predict
100%.
the game as a win, and he's like, I don't know now, and that says a lot.
Yeah, no, his energy's you even see it recently on DR. He's like he knows where his club is, and he knows where he's at as a fan. He knows like he can't keep going with this. Yeah, like you said, we're going to win and be confident and give back chat to other clubs because he knows where you are. And like I said, a lot of my close friends are United fans. They've stopped watching. They're like, I can't. Like it just ruins the week. So like, I hear it, and even like I said, close to Rashford and his family. Like I just think internally as well, I think there's a lot of problems as well at the club. There's a lot of falling out. So it's just like, I don't know what's gonna happen with you lot, but we'll have to see. We'll have to see, man.
I mean, Sir Jim Ratcliffe's here to save him, aren't you? So
I know you're not loving it right now, yeah, but do you know what I mean? I can't even say we'll be back soon, guys. Don't watch. We've got very. I don't know what's gonna happen.
Wait, quickly, Erik Ten Hag. Then what? Are you saying what? You're not. Well, where are you at? Out or like end of the? Like, where are you still trusting the manager? I need to.
So like on when we do sides, when we do Mandem talk, people know I'm like the level-headed one in it. So people know I'm not reactionary. I don't lose 3 games and start going mad and stuff. But for me, I said I'll give it till Christmas. Yeah, I'm done with the manager. The reason I'm done with the manager is because I've got to be able to see a process of how we're going to get better. And I can't see that in anything that he's doing. I can't see it with the team that he's selecting. I can't see it within the tactics. I can't even see that many of the players buying into what he's doing. So for me, Erik Ten Hag, it needs to be moved on. I think he believes that, I said this the other day actually on the last one, he believes that he's kind of like a Pep 3.0, and that because everything's a mystery to us fans, like what Ten Hag comes out in the presser and says we played well when we watched 90 minutes and we didn't play well. I don't understand what's it's like Arteta coming out to you guys and you're losing week in, week out, and he's like, yes, we play well. You guys wouldn't have it. You guys are like, no,
never. Well. No way.
So I think for me, we need someone that can come in, steady the ship for a little bit. I don't have any expectations of like challenging or anything like that, and just get us back, because this season, guys, hasn't been a great season. If you're being honest, like top 4 is wide open.
Yeah,
it's not been that good. It's fluctuating. So I think if somebody could come in and do the basics, we score more goals, we defend better, and the players buy in, I think.
I mean, Cecil said it earlier about Arsenal, saying like he'd not hit the same levels they did last season. And I don't think Liverpool have played incredible until like recent games. We played unbelievable against Newcastle, by the way, absolutely battered them. But most of the season, we've just showed a different mentality. We showed that You know what I'm saying? I think it's all a mentality thing with Liverpool this season. And
it's funny, Dave, I'm sorry to cut you there, but you are right. I speak to so many fans. They said that like they haven't been impressed with Liverpool, like these last minute winners just getting over the line. And I watch you as well and think you haven't been great either. And actually, that's what the funny thing is, that was our comfort as Arsenal fans in the sense of we weren't playing great, but getting results. And we were like, every Arsenal fan telling themselves it will click towards the end of the season. This could be our year. But I'm just like, now after obviously the 2 losses, I think a lot of people are starting to backtrack and be like, oh, I don't really know. They're looking at the manager. I think everyone's emotions are all up in the air. But I agree though. I agree, Damon. Like you guys haven't hit your red hot form yet either, and that's actually a bit of a worry as well. So I don't know. We'll have to see what happens.
Wait, Cecil, can I ask you a question?
Go.
There's been a lot of Arsenal fans I've been seeing online. There's a mixed view where some are saying they don't believe that Arteta is the manager to take you to winning leagues and to dominating. Do you feel like if he doesn't achieve this season, he's kind of like this might be his ceiling where he kind of challenges, but he can't take it to the next level and get it over the line?
I've seen all of that as well, and have many conversations, Twitter Spaces, everything with fans on it. I think people are being people want to say my standards might be low, because I actually believe if we don't win anything this season, he is under so much pressure from the fan base. But I'm saying I believe in him. I don't know what it is. I just feel I've seen so much change from Mikel Arteta, and he's made me kind of fall back in love with the club so much that, like, I do believe in him. I think it is all down to, which we're not going to know, the context of if we don't win anything this season. Like, how close do we get? And I know we got so close last season, but if we just lose out to Liverpool or City by a couple points for the title, and we get to a final, say Champions League or whatnot, going to mad FA Cup run, I think it's crazy to say sack the manager. And I know people will say, yeah, but you can't get over the line, but half a season with a terrible team, won the FA Cup. I know it's the FA Cup, but he done well to do that. It was a terrible team he took control of. And yeah, listen, I do. It's annoying because I do hear some Arsenal fans that are saying, if he doesn't do anything, you have to move on. Like, we have to. But I hate the culture of chopping and changing, man. I hate it so much. And I'm so glad that we were kind of not the first, but one of the clubs that, you know, stuck by it, trust the process. And we stuck with a manager, and things started to change. We gave him enough time to change things around. So I would say just hold on. But again, we don't want to make it be like Wenger and hold on too long. But I think saying sack him end of the season, I think is crazy in my opinion. He's got his whole team. Even if we do miss out on anything this season, as much as I said we need to lift silverware this season, I don't think sacking him's the answer. So,
I don't think.
Damon, can I just ask something quickly? What if Pedigree's there though? What if you get to the summer and it's like an Ancelotti or somebody's available, and you're like, we've got to grab him while he's here now.
Hey, Leo, chill out, chill out.
I'm not saying.
You're moving goalposts. Obviously, if there's I don't know, though.
I'm not saying. Listen. I'm trying to make you dream here. I'm not saying Ancelotti will say yes to Arsenal. He might say, not a big enough club for me, or not a good.
Hey, cheeky, watch yourself.
What about Emery? What about Emery?
Oh, we got jokes. We're gonna start running, man. I'll start loading the cannon.
No. On a serious one, though.
But no. Again, it has to be context around it. Depends who's available. But again, I really have believed in what Arteta's done. And fans are getting annoyed with the overplaying, but I actually like the way Arsenal playing over. I love it. We just need to put the ball back in net. I don't love that we don't win games, but the style of football and the way we break down teams, I fucking love watching it. But we see the goal scorer. So I just think to rip everything up and start again will be, I think, just unrealistic. I think we don't need to do that. Trust in Mikel Arteta. If there is a world-class manager available, I'm not going to give an answer now because it's all hypotheticals, but you know.
Emery. We know you think of Emery.
Fuck Emery. I'll be real sorry if he's not going to be watching this, but fuck him, bro. He pisses me off. And if I'm honest, there's a lot of Emery hype as well. I think we'll see towards the end of the season there'll be a big change in where they end up. I think right now they are riding the wave. We're kind of seeing it. Seeing it anyway. No, bro. I'm telling. We had him as a manager. I've seen a lot of. There's times where he'll go up. It happened against. I think it was Newcastle. They went up and then they thought that was it. They thought the game was, and they just kind of sat back and then they lost. Like that happens. That with Emery, he has like a certain way of playing, and then he just doesn't kick on. I don't know what it is, but you'll see that. I promise you, come the latter end of the season. If it doesn't happen, I'll eat my words. But I know Emery. I know Emery. But fair play to him. He's a good manager, though. I'm not going to take that away from him.
I agree. He's not elite. He's not the guy to go and dominate stuff. And he's not elite.
100%. He is a good manager.
Arteta, though, I don't think Arteta's done much wrong. I think the problem is, I think Arsenal fans have put him on not all Arsenal fans, but the Arsenal fans I've seen have put him on this pedestal where they're comparing it to Klopp and things like that. And that's where it goes all wrong. The context are completely out of it. When he's compared to Klopp, compared to Pep, when it does go tits up a little bit,
we go
that
crazy.
Downfall's bigger. That downfall's bigger because they're putting that high up.
Yeah, that's where the outrage comes from. That's what I've actually realized. Not realized, but no, that's what I've realized recently, because loads of fans online are going crazy, but that's because of the expectation and the hope after that West Ham and Fulham game. West Ham, I could feel Arsenal fans' emotions when we lost to Fulham. Oh my! Like, it was uproar because, of course, it's the hope and expectation that we have because of last season. People just we go so far this way that when things go bad, they have to go so far down. And I've been a victim of that as well. But I know how to kind of level my feelings. I do get the frustration, but that's because we like you said, we compare so mumuch. Like we say Bukayo Saka is, and I've done it as well, world class. We say, Saliba's unbelievable, the best in the world.
Just say it on this podcast.
Listen, but that's what it is, though.
I've heard this so many times. Come on.
No, I'm not gonna go out there and shout that, but I've seen it, and that's the thing we push so far when it comes to Arsenal. Like we put some people on such high pedestals that when things go wrong, we rather feel embarrassed or we throw it out the other way and say, oh, this is it. We've got to rip everything up. He's shit. So I get it. Even with the Havertz thing, like I was so against Havertz, and then he started hitting a bit of form, and then I was questioning myself, like, no, I know this player, but I can't deny he's been doing all right. But now I'm like, Cecil, you know about Havertz, he's not all that, but and that's what I believe. But sometimes we go so far the other way that it just swings, and we just look like we look silly. But hey, it is what it is.
No, I get it. You know what? On your Arteta thing, I get it though, because it's like you're looking at where he started and what he's done, as opposed to
so much
just chopping and thingy. So I get that, because he's built everything and he's done it all, so he does deserve respect for that. I don't know. 100%. We'll find out. I just feel like this season is the season where both of you teams, and obviously I'm looking up the table now. Both of you teams have to really capitalize on a weak season, I think, to show that what you're about. Really, I think it's wide open for you guys, really, because City have just. I know you're saying they're 5 points off, but no one expected that. Everyone thought they'd be way ahead at this point.
It is weird, but they can go on a run. That's what everyone's scared. I hear that all, and they're right. They can just switch on, and they can just go on a run, and it can be difficult. And it's funny because Damon said at the start, he was like, complacency. Is that why you guys have dropped off? But how poor of it is of me to say our players are being complacent when City have just won the fucking they've won more than the treble. They've won 5 of the biggest trophies, and they're still in and around being top of the league. It's crazy. We can't be complete. We haven't won fuck all. So I don't know. I'm worried about City coming back, and with Kevin De Bruyne and that, it could be a worry. But you're right. It is a season where it is open. It is open. Villa were at the top at one point. Like, flip. Like Liverpool were back. Like it's definitely open. But I just can't see City winning again, man. It would just piss. It
depends what we're comparing it to as well. Because if we're comparing it to like normal Premier League seasons back in the 90s when United used to win the titles, and 2000 when United used to win titles, the level that City and Liverpool have taken it to a different level in terms of points.
Yeah, different level. Yeah.
So it's what are we comparing it to here? Because is this a poor season, or is it just a back to normal season? Because the City and Liverpool, that those 3 years, that was unprecedented.
Yeah, facts.
Liverpool I think Liverpool went on like a year and a half unbeaten or something like that, between like one season getting 99 points coming second, and then the season after won the league with 99 points. You know what I'm saying? 97 points and 99 points.
Yeah, that's unbeaten when Watford, when we were going unbeaten.
We lost to Watford, then we lost to Burnley or something like that. But and then we went into Champions League finals as well. During that, I think that is not a comparison should be made. This season, is it a normal season now instead of being a poor season?
Well, I don't know, because we're not going to hit the century. You're not going to hit 90s.
No.
Whoever does wins the league. But this season, it's not going to happen. But you're right. Back in the day, I suppose when the Uniteds and Arsenals were up there, it was only a 2-horse race back in the early days of the Premier League. So like maybe it is a normal season, but we got to capitalize. But City have just done the madness. So if they, I can't even imagine what it's like being a City fan to win all those trophies and then still be in a conversation for the title. They must be just be like, this is getting boring now. Like that will infuriate me. I'm so glad I don't know many City fans, but they do pop up every now and then. Now that the space,
I was gonna say they're like freaking Where's Wally, isn't it? It's like Where's Wally trying to find it.
It's just Stockport, isn't it? Yeah. There you go. Just Stockport. There you go. Literally, that's what they say in Manchester, isn't it? Yeah.
Say again, Damon.
Leon told me that 4 years you're expecting. I think it was Ten Hag, right? I think he's lucky that Glazers are in charge, because I think that's a free pass for some fans. But he's still making mistakes in it there, G. I know we know Glazers is the biggest problem. We know that. Everyone knows that. But still, Erik Ten Hag.
The issue I've got, listen, the difference between me and most of the United fan base is when shit hits the fan, people don't know how to stand in the fire, man. I'll be real. I'll be 100% real. They don't like the feeling of it. They're uncomfortable. They throw their toys out the pram because They want dominance back. They want to win again, and they're frustrated. I get all those emotions, but when you put things into context and logically speaking, again, like he's having a poor season, and there are many factors that are outside of his realm that you have to bring to the table. People don't want them conversations. Why? Because it takes it away from the manager, and if it takes away from the manager, they don't want to hear it because they want someone to vent at. Fine, cool, do the same thing. I'm not in that boat and never will be. So yeah, for me personally, I look at it and go, look, he's having a bit of a stinker. There has been mistakes he's had in games where I thought, raw, broski, not good enough. But then there have been times when we've played well and Onana's fucked us up in Champions League, or we've had certain decisions gone against us, which you've seen, and go, why is that a decision? Why is that a red card? Why is that a yellow? You're playing good football. Then you've got the whole mentality situation where you actually play good football, you go 1-up and then you concede straight away. We did it for 3 games in a row. These are really weird and random things that are happening at the football club on the pitch. And there's nothing that the manager can do about that. And when you contextualize most of the results that we've had this season, respectfully, I don't believe we should be where we should be. But at the same time, I don't believe it's as bad. And I think the current period of football that we've been playing at the moment, respectfully, it's the worst. But I think it's snowball affected like that. And people are acting like that's how it's been from the start. It really hasn't, in my honest opinion. It hasn't. And I think it's been a downward trajectory and spiral to the stage where fans got less patience. And even to the point where now they're misquoting Ten Hag or, utilising his words against him in a way where they're taken out of context just because they want him out. I can't side with that mentality.
I've seen that.
Yeah, I can't buy with that mentality. I've got no issue if you rate a man or not, cool, no problem. But let's use the facts that are on the table. Like if you're going to serve up a plate of food, yeah, and you're saying, oh, there's a nice piece of chicken on the corner ready to put on your plate, but you don't want to address it. All you can have is a mashed potato and a little salad. I'm sitting there going, no, I want to talk about that chicken right there as well. Do you know what I mean? Because that's valid. That's valid for my meal right now. You're just leaving it on the table because what? It's too healthy. You don't want to talk about it because it takes away from the mashed potato and the peas. Probably a mad analogy, but hopefully you get what I'm saying. Ultimately, there are factors on this table that have nothing to do with the manager and manager alone. And
is he making mistakes though? Because there is like when he took off Kobe Mainu one game, and I was like, what is he?
Yeah, but he was leggy. He was leggy. But I think the person he was leggy, man. But I think the personnel that he brought on was an issue. Like he should have respectfully should have chose Hannibal. Don't put McTominay in the DM when it's an issue. I've got no issue saying that. But the reality is, if I spoke to Damon or yourself and Arteta made those substitutions, respectfully, it's just going to be, oh, it's a bad mistake, but next game, cool, we get on it. Do you know what I mean? You move on forward. At United, it's like you can't even make these mistakes because, it's all fire. You can't do that. He's got no room for no mistakes. And this is where I just don't...
Yeah, but when you're in the position, I hear what you're saying. That's what and I know that's... You have to realize where you are as a fan, and I don't think fans, they like you said, you said it, they can't stand in the fire. A lot of fans can't just realize where they are and admit because you're in the fantasy of this is Man United, this can't be happening. Because I've been there with Arsenal many a times, bruv. I'm like, and it's hard to accept. It's really hard to accept. In our rebuild, after the 2 8th place finishes, like, boy, that was a hard time. But sometimes you have to realize where you are, and if not, you go for the easiest target, which is the manager. Things aren't working.
Yeah,
you go to the manager.
Everything's manager.
Exactly.
And then you build up a narrative in your head.
Yeah,
you build up a narrative in your head where you're then blocking other genuine factors that you should be considering, but you're not considering them because you're so hell-bent it's everything's manager. And then you go on the plays that you dislike. And it's just, to me, that's schoolboy behavior. I just can't involve them. I have conversations with people, no problem, but I ain't going to ever be swayed to think and behave that way. Because for me personally, I just don't see it. I just don't see how that's relevant or how that helps Man United moving forward. And especially when we have issues with the board level and everything else, us behaving that way then takes away accountability from the board. You're allowing them to carry on their fuckeries where they've made mistakes and how that's impacted our season. But you don't want to address it because you want to put it on the manager. I'm thinking, nah. Half the reason every manager, forget Ten Hag, every manager's in the situation is because they're carrying on with the same stuff. And Damon, you rated a great piece on that. And you're a Liverpool fan. Absolutely incredible piece. So, you don't even need me to tell you. You've got a rival fan, a very passionate Liverpool fan who tell you exactly the same thing as me. It's just a shame that our own fan base just can't be asked to have that conversation because it's boring. It's the same thing. And they know they can't do nothing about it. But what they can do is rant and rave about a manager. Why? Because it's easier to do that. And that's cool if they want to do that, but that's just not me. It does take time though. It does take time though, because I'm honest, bro. Because with the Cronkies, bro, we're the same, bro. We was just screaming at. It was the owners, and then it was going back and forth, and then we kind of just slowly started to take a step back. Because I don't know what happened. I think we just started trusting in Mikel Arteta, but then people was going for Mikel Arteta instead of going for the board. But then the board started doing things right, and then the process
actually came together, and they were like, and it started working. And then
Would it be fair
else
for me to say,
don't talk
Cecil,
about
that when
Go on.
Edu came in and started to dominate and get rid of Aubameyang, Lacazette,
Yep.
take a loss on Pepe and stuff, that's what you should be doing. Because
Yeah.
you've got competent people behind you moving in the right direction, and manager's never going to be able to do everything you want. And me personally, and I know I probably am deep down speaking for most United fans, we would love to dominate again. We would love to go play ball. But you can't do that unless you don't have a good, solid football structure. So my expectations on this manager and any other manager coming in is never going to be to this level. I literally look at realistically where it is. So any mistakes he makes, I've got no problem saying he made a mistake here or here. But when I say 4 years for any manager, it's because I know we have to build some form of structure. And if the manager's the only one with a football brain, then sadly it has to come through him because it's not going to come from the top downwards. So therefore, it's going to take him.
When Jim comes in, when he's got 20, he's going to have some footballing control though. Surely, like,
Correct.
he's going to,
yeah.
So surely he's going to have some sort of, I don't know.
Well, hopefully, yeah, we're hoping. If he goes get rid of Ten Hag, broski, I'm happy with that because now I can leave it to the football man. I want structure. Yeah. My whole ethos about giving managers time is based on building a structure over a long period of time. Because I'm sick of seeing 18 months, 2 years average, and they get sacked, and then you've got players who the next manager won't want, but you can't get rid of them because we're moving like a commercial club because they're assets, not players. Yeah. So then you're dealing with, imagine Graham Potter comes in, Graham Potter comes in, and he goes, I really don't want Anthony. Really don't want Onana. Imagine we didn't have Sir Jim Ratcliffe there. What would happen? They'd be staying there because their contracts, they've only just signed them. Big money. It's an asset. We can't get rid of them. So it's going to take time to get rid, no matter what. And this, I just have to jump off the hamster wheel personally. But one thing I will leave you with is I posted in the group chat, and I noted Peter, the Mandem off, who were full on Ten Hag out. And I posted in there because, again, there's great perspective on Ten Hag's tenure at United. Compared Jurgen Klopp, compared Arteta, who have been long enough in their job, their first 2 seasons. On average, Ten Hag's outperforming them based on genuine managerial stats, which overall you look at, not by a lot, but just about. Now, when you look at that, you go, put it into perspective, is it really that bad? It's bad, but is it really that bad? To the point where you have to lose your shit? I don't think it is. That's based on win percentage. That's based on games managed and wins, losses, everything else. And he's top of the chart. It's crazy. But the whole, if you never knew them stats, and you went on Twitter, you went online, you'd think like he'd be like way down the bottom. He's like the second highest percentage win rate. He's just going for a really shit patch. He's going for a really shit patch. He's got no players to maintain his system and play a consistent style of football, which is very evident because you need that. Damon, you can explain that from a Liverpool perspective because Klopp likes a small squad, and when 1 or 2 men are gone, the system's all
got no choice to have a small squad, lad.
I've seen you rant about it. These aren't normal things, but Sima, I don't know what it is, bro, but our fan base or people in our fan base that I'm speaking to at the moment, they just don't want to bring that to the table as if like it's not a valid fact or reason as to why a manager's struggling. It's like they want him out so bad that they don't care about facts. I'm not on that board personally. That's just not me.
The article you mentioned, though, I wrote that about 2 years ago, didn't I? That article I mentioned, I sent you, didn't I? About, it was when Randy was in charge, like 2 years,
it was.
About a year and a half. It was like January, February time, 2 years ago. And I broke it all down, what's going on with Man United. And it was nice to write that about that, because I enjoyed writing about that. You know what I'm saying? About what's going on with Man United. But I broke it all down to like Glazers, fans, players, and managers. The managers who had not been good enough. But it starts from the Glazers, but also the fans as well. Like, as soon as you saw, like, glazed out, and as soon as you saw Ronaldo come in, they all lined up to buy Ronaldo shirts.
Yeah,
so
crazy.
Like, at what point?
Commercial club though. Commercial,
terrible.
Commercial club.
It's American owners, boys. We've
been through it, bro. We released a Jamaica top for Carnival. Trust me, brother. And we.
I remember that.
Yeah,
we're still going through it. I mean, Jurgen Klopp again. I mean, we've got Matip out now for the season, right? We've got no centre back cover for him.
Harry Maguire's up for sale, man. He's on form.
If it brought money in commercially, everybody would do it. I'm telling you. But what I'm saying is, I think we need like 2 centre backs anyway for our next season. We've got Kwanzaa coming through, who's been brilliant, by the way, so that gives them an off bit there. We've got no left backs at the moment. Joe Gomez having to play left back, and we're going to see a transfer window saying, and Paul Joyce, who's like the main guy for Liverpool News, is come out and said like we're not signing anyone. And so this is what we get. We don't sign players unless another club moves for them or we get another injury, for example. There's a title. I've been saying it all week.
He's so good at getting the best out.
He is, but
getting the most out of players. Like
he is, and that is. But We've won one title under Klopp, but there's a reason for that. As opposed to being left short every single season. It's not Klopp. Klopp's doing what he can do. He had to keep the same midfield for 3-4 years. We didn't buy a midfielder for 4 years, 4 or 5 years.
I remember that.
We were relying on Milner to stay in the team. We were relying on Oxlade-Chamberlain to stay in the team. We were done ages ago. We relying on Naby Keita, who's got biscuit legs, to stay in the team. You know what I'm saying? We're relying on his players because those sell-on values of Oxlade-Chamberlain, Keita, for example, they wouldn't have paid for a midfielder coming in. So we had to keep them for numbers. And that's why I had to do a whole midfield rebuild in one summer. Because they all went at once.
Yeah.
It should have been done over years. And this is
I
why
think
we
the
had
one
last
thing I
season, for example. That's why we had last season.
The one thing I respect about Liverpool, and this, again, that's why I respect Klopp in terms of Liverpool, how they're moving. When you were, again, and this is respectfully, not even from a banterous standpoint, like genuinely, that's what I believe. Liverpool had fallen off enough to not have the pressure on them as they used to, let's say, back in the 70s, 80s, right? Respectfully. And when you've come to the board now and got Klopp in, you've then had a clear plan and a clear structure. You were buying players like Emre Can to your starter, and you've noticed he started to then go to the bench every season, then he started to get rid of him. Perfect progression. Now you bring in a player in for the start to start building off, and then you literally get rid of him. And you did that with quite a few players. You had the right board members to actually pull in the right direction, say this is what we're going to do. And because you had consistency over those building periods from the board in the way in which you went about it, yes, you didn't spend the most, and when you did get some money back for Suarez, like I said, you spent it very well. So you have to give that as well. Yeah. If we had competent people like that under a manager for 3-4 seasons, like you have, like I'd be sitting here, I wouldn't be having half the conversation I'm having as a United fan, because I know I'm going, right, okay, we're going to get rid of these players. We're going to start with these small little profile players. We're going to use our scouting network and system to go, these are the profiles we're working with. These opportunities you've got to sign. Are there any other players you're looking at the same time around what your system is and everything else? Bring them to the fore and then go, okay, we can't get them because we're not spending 20 million overpriced, but we can give you this and you are going to get this. Similar profile, work with him. Cool, no problem. You do that consistently without making 1% of decisions that are based on commercial assets or anything else. Then you've got a foundation. Once I see a foundation under a manager, then I will start to judge the manager and go, okay, big man, you've got your team, you've got your players, you've got your physio, you've got your doctors, you've got a director of football, you've got your second in command. Do you know what I mean? You've got everyone there, top of the list. Then I'll start going now, okay, big man, what are you saying? And that's no different with any manager.
That structure. I mean, the FSG and Glazers are quite alike. Their mindset is making money. They want us to be franchised. They want us in the European Super League. This is what they want. They want advertisements. They want Mohamed Salah to be taking the penalty and advertisement coming on like 10 seconds before. This is what they want. They want an NFL franchise. But what FSG did do, Glazers didn't do, is get a good football structure underneath them, and then obviously Jurgen Klopp as well. But since Michael Edwards has left Liverpool, who was the main, he's like magician. Michael Edwards, what he did, he got 140 million for Coutinho, which paid for Alisson and Van Dijk.
Yeah, that transfer there,
that was the transfer. The reason why we've been won anything, we've won Coutinho leaving for that money. But we wouldn't have gone out and got Van Dijk without that money, that Coutinho money. But we should. This is the problem I have with FSG. We shouldn't need that Coutinho money. We're Liverpool Football Club. We make as just as much as Manchester United.
Exactly.
We should be going out there and getting these players anyway.
Yeah, fair.
You know what I'm saying? We shouldn't have to rely on sales to get those players. But that's what Glazers need to do. They need to get that football structure underneath. And then Ten Hag might work. It might not, but he needs that stability first above him.
Yeah, I think for me, it's like nothing that when me and Najee we talk, and obviously like there's things we agree on, there's things we don't agree on and stuff like that. Yeah, and I feel like when it comes to the structure side, he's bang on, because we can see that with your two clubs that a better structure works, and even if it's not consistent success, because I know Najee, you want consistent out and out continuous success, which is what we all want. Yeah, I think for me it's like I have to find a balance, because I was there, but then I'm looking at the manager and I'm looking at like, you came into a club knowing that it wasn't stable. Now you have to try and get the best out of what you've got right now while building your structure at the same time. So I think for me it's like I don't see him doing that as much. So that's why I've kind of like within the balance of, I know that like if Ten Hag had to stay here for 4 years, I would ride it out. If he had to, if that was no other choice and he had to stay here, then yeah. But I need to see something along that way of the journey, because I've seen with both Liverpool and Arsenal more along the way of the journey, even when the clubs weren't at that level. I've seen Liverpool in the first season scoring goals. I've seen them losing 4-3s and 4-4s and winning 5-4s. I've seen Arsenal playing a better style of football. And I know that obviously, like Najee, one of the points that's ringing through my head is that we do have players that have been here for way too long. We have really, really bad players that have been here for way too long. Like we all know that like a Maguire and a Scott McTominay and people like that should never, ever, ever probably only just make the bench if you're pulling them out of like the reserves. Really, Najee, aren't they? That poor, aren't they?
More time, yeah.
McTominay's carried you this season. What about?
I mean,
yeah. I mean that's another thing that obviously I spoke about United, man. I mean, it's laughable that certain United fans tried to come for my neck when I spoke about prioritising in the summer and thought I had an agenda against Onana.
You did call it.
I called it. Predicted the whole thing, how it was going to pan out. And I said to him last season, right, Damon, we had one of the best defences in the league, best defences in Europe, top 5 leagues. We were sick. Absolutely solid. Even with a calamity keeper, as people will call it. And I said, if you've got a calamity keeper, but you're still holding them defensive records, bear in mind, he was very, very important in a lot of those clean sheets. Yes, he made mistakes. Cool, no problem. Never going to hide.
Najee, he won the Golden Glove.
Yeah. So it says it all. And obviously, Golden Glove comes down to the whole back line. And if you want to be very, very detailed, you defend from the front. So call it what you want. But respectfully, there's respect on it, no matter what. I looked at it and gone, okay, the Twitter's telling me De Gea's the biggest problem, get rid of him. I'm factually going, all right, you do your thing. I'm just going to look at this differently because he can't be the biggest problem. He could be an issue, maybe, but he's not the biggest problem. I literally sat there. I come to a conclusion going, we scored 58 goals in a league season. Finished where we did. I want Bagsman. And that's with a Marcus Rashford, who we all know is on a purple patch. He's had 3-4 seasons doing it, so you never know which season you're going to get out of him, whether a great one or not. And then we've got wingers and forwards that can't put the ball in the back of the net. I thought, okay, well, are we creating enough chances for our forwards? I checked the stats. We were decent. We weren't top. We were like 5th or 6th. Now, to me, that's enough creation from one aspect of one area for forwards. That doesn't mean forwards creating as well. That's just for the forwards. So for me personally, I'm sitting there going, well, the midfield's fine. Defensively, we're one of the best in the league, but we ain't putting the ball in the back of it. So why is Ten Hag now not prioritising forwards that are clinical? If you wanted a Harry Kane, yeah, you drop that Onana money, drop it, you drop the Mason Mount money, and you go and say, go all out for Harry Kane because he's not only a goal scorer, he's a creator as well. Therefore, you've got clinical forward, at least one. Then you go and find another winger that's as decent, if you can, for maybe 20, 30 mil. If you manage, again, if the board managed to go and sell McTominay, go and sell Harry Maguire, and you sell other players. In turn, what we have done, brought Onana, who's amazing with his feet, but people forgetting that in order for Onana to work, you need a whole system to work. Because no point pinging balls over to Anthony or Rashford, who can't touch the ball or bring the ball down. No point bringing it down for Luke Shaw or Wan-Bissaka, who are going to be shaky when you ping it to them. We ain't got no midfielders who can hold the ball. So what's the kicking about?
I was just going to say, there's like no one who actually wants to get the ball off Onana in midfield.
No
it's like Maino is the only one who doesn't. Casemiro tries, but he's not got it in his locker every time as well.
Exactly. And the last thing I'd say on this, Leon, is most of the praise Onana's been having has been for what? His saving ability. He's had some incredible games, but he's been saving, punching it. Could De Gea not do that?
Yeah, and more.
So I'm thinking logically, it's a waste of money at this point. And I'm not saying that's not Onana slander. But what that was to say, prioritize your money well, because you're only going to get a certain amount of money, Ten Hag. And you've got to go and focus on the areas that were actually awful. Now, respectfully, he's made it, in my opinion, he's made a mistake, but it was a bold mistake. It could have gone right, could have gone wrong. It's going wrong at the moment. The first season that he had a certain style of way he was playing. This season, he's gone right. I'm going to actually try and play the way I want to play. So you've got to give him some credit for trying to do what he wants to do. You expect a manager to come in bold, you do that. But it's now backfiring, in my opinion, because he's been naive, in my opinion, to go in the transfer market, do business how he's done it, and then we're conceding more goals, and we're not even putting the ball in the back of the net. And I said, off the back of my prediction, my word-on-word quote was, with Onana in goal, we'll probably create a little bit more in play, but we'll concede more goals. None of that actually matters, because we won't score goals. Therefore, we'll lose games even more by more goals, and we won't be able to come back. And what we're seeing right now, look at the goal difference.
It's awful.
It's so absolutely atrocious. And I can't sit here and go, I was wrong. But I have people scream down my neck saying, oh, you don't want Onana, you want De Gea this. I'm thinking, listen, get out your arseholes, man. Look at football objectively. Forget whether you're rated to play it or not. Forget that. Yeah, that's for you. That's cool. But look at your club. What's happening to your club, the one that you're meant to be supporting? Your club isn't about you, is it? There's more facts that go to your club. My club is shit in front of goal. Shit in front of goal. Sort out clinical finishes and get me another creator so Bruno doesn't have to hold the lump. for creative. Because then you can take Bruno. I've got no issue taking him off then, because I know you're going to get a creative from a winger. You can have, another winger being able to do those bits. We ain't got that anywhere. We're just one-dimensional. So for me, listen, I'm pissed at Ten Hag for that, and I'll always hold that against him. My biggest critique of him, a lot of people say I'm a Ten Hag sexual for some reason, but my biggest critique gave me the best prediction, so that makes sense.
The ball head, innit? It's the ball head, innit?
Got me, bro. That's it. That's it. But yeah, listen, if we can get some forwards come summer, and I would genuinely sell Rashford, if I'm being honest, make some 60, 70, 80 mil from him if you can, because if he's commercial asset, you'll get something from him. I'm selling.
Could have went PSG in the summer. Could have went PSG in the summer.
I would love that, man. I would love that, and we've got
still worth a lot of money as well.
Could use that money in a better way.
And I think with Rashford as well. I think just on that point, I think he would cook in another team. I just think at United, it's like we would need to have more of an established front three and a midfield for him to be able to thrive. I think just relying on him is not only not fair on him, but it's just not his game. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think he needs people around him. Like, he was so good when Shaw was feeding him and Pogba was playing and stuff like that. He was so good. Do you know what I mean? Even when people like Zlatan was there, he was class, man. Do you know what I mean? But I think adding to Najee's point, it's sad because now we've got to rely on Amad Diallo and Garnacho. The fan base are going to switch quickly and start saying, Amad, you got to create everything. I feel for him, man. Just let him develop and just. But we don't have a place where we let people develop. Like, imagine Amad Diallo at any of your two clubs. He's thriving. He's thriving, isn't he? He's coming off the bench for half an hour, 20 minutes. He's playing in cups and that. So.
Yeah, he is. I'm saying that, but we, as a fan base as well, we don't always give players a load of time. We do. I think we have with recent, but I think again, I think clubs like ours, we demand so much so soon. Like, it's funny, Najee was thinking there about like the Onana thing. And I was just thinking about this David Raya and Ramsdale thing. Like, Arteta created this whole thing, like the keeper situation. We wasted the money. It's a waste of money. Like, all that money put into Raya. I know it was only a loan, but it's going to be looking to be now. It is a permanent basically because they've agreed it. But that then affects, I think, this January window. We can't really spend too much now because of that, and also maybe the summer. I don't know when they're actually going to make the purchase for Raya, but it's like all of that for someone who was just. There's not much difference between the two. Yeah, and everyone we need a striker, but
second striker,
it's ridiculous.
You know what though? I feel like, just on your point when you're saying, sorry to interrupt, you was on about the players that the fan base are short with and don't give them time. I feel like Eddie Nketiah gets treated mad, like, because when you actually look at, one of my best friends is an Arsenal fan, and me and him both rate Eddie because when you look at the minutes and the time that he's played for what he's produced, it's good. Like, it's actually good on the trajectory of where he can go. Is he going to be a top world striker? I don't know, but I feel like he can play a good part, and I feel like he gets mistreated where.
Oh, massively, massively, and
I'll be honest, he's better than Jesus all round, in my opinion, as an overall footballer. I'll genuinely say that.
It's quite clutch, It's quite clutch, I think.
Yeah. I know Arsenal fans would be going mad if they heard that. I think
Najee though. I think they're two different types of players. That's the difference. Two different types of players, though. I think.
Yeah, they are massive. Two different types of players. And we want to see it. We want to see it in the big games from Eddie. And just like, I think when we're desperate, it doesn't turn up then. But he's still a good striker. I mean, funny, like again, I speak mentioning. I speak to Marcus Rashford's family, and they always said, when Rashford was coming through, he was with Eddie as well, and he said Eddie's a natural. He's a fucking good striker. Yeah, they back him. They say, trust me, he's a player. But I don't know. I feel like the way the fan base are on him is heat. I'll be honest. Him and Havertz, I've never seen heat like it. So I think, like, I'll be honest, they're looking. I think a lot of people want him to move on, whether that's this window or the next. But yeah, he does get scapegoated quite a bit. But again, it's hard. That's how.
Cecil, we can agree on something though. He's better than Nunez.
Nunez to me is what. I'm sorry, Damon. I think he's an overhyped player ever. But like,
Andy Carroll, man. Andy Carroll's better than him. He actually is.
Andy Carroll. That's insult to him.
Andy Carroll's in our team right now.
Yeah, 100. To disrespect to Andy Carroll, no one should be.
What? I would take Andy Carroll over Nunez. You're mad.
Yeah, what are you saying, Damon? Nunez in his prime or Andy Carroll in his prime? Who are you taking?
It depends what Andy Carroll you're on about. If you're on about Liverpool,
in his prime,
I'm not taking any Liverpool.
I'm not. I reckon Ricky Lambert's better than him.
Lambert.
Right, boys. Speaking of past teams and past players, before we do go, I'm gonna go on a little bit, still 5-10 minutes more before we do go. I wanted to play this little game, combined 11, all-time 11. Premier League.
With our teams?
What with
our teams, right?
Wow.
With our teams. And the rules are, right? So these two Man United fans go together. They've got to agree on their player, right? You've all got one player that you've got to cement in that can't be moved.
Thierry.
I've got to pick a Liverpool player. It doesn't have to be Thierry. Think about it though, Cecil. If you pick Henry, we're all going to pick Henry anyway. Pick a player
So it's
one player you're going to pick that's cemented in that 11. Then all four of us got to agree for everyone else.
I'm not picking Henry. I'm not picking Henry. Hernandez is better.
Bro,
nah,
we know.
You know what? No, I'm joking.
Don't make me respect high for you.
Do you know what it is? Henry for me is probably one of the I would say probably the Premier League's best.
Greatest Premier League.
I just loved how technically. I know people go like Cantona and different people, but you know technically.
Henry was my favourite player, man.
He's one of my favourites.
From a football fan, you know what it is, yeah, with Thierry Henry. As a United fan, I hate when I saw Thierry Henry, I shit myself. That was it.
Yeah.
Like, and I was a little youth supporting United. When he was on the ball, I was in awe, but I shit myself. And that's when I look at it maturely, that's because I respected him. If a man's gonna make me feel like that, bro, I have to respect him, man. He's for me he is my Prem GOAT. If someone said Ronaldo, I'm gonna argue. Someone said it's up to you. But for me, he'll always be my all-time Premier League player, man.
Love that. I'm in a good. Hey, big up! I'm in a good podcast. Love everyone.
You know what, Najee? So you and Leon go first. You got a Man United player to pick in.
What you go from the goalkeeper? You go from the goalkeeper first.
I'm going to
you pick your main guy first.
What formation?
Any position
What formation?
You two got to. We're going to agree on the formation as we go along because there could be shouts to wingers and there could be shouts like attacking midfielders. If that makes sense because there's so many options. Like you got like Bergkamp, Rooney that could be in there. 10.
Listen,
you know what I'm saying?
This is hard.
You know what?
We should build up from the base, though. I'll be real.
Let's build up from the goalie and go.
To the base, because Peter, I think, your goalkeeper is Schmeichel.
Yeah, of course.
Has to be there.
Right. So we're starting to keep it. We're going to start with like your main guys that you're going to cement in no matter what.
Let's build from the base. Makes it easy, doesn't it?
So what Schmeichel? I mean, I'm going to shout out Alisson Becker. He deserves a shout out right now because.
Yeah,
I'm not saying.
Yeah, there's a shout.
Listen to me right now. Alisson Becker is the most complete goalkeeper I've ever seen in this league. I've ever seen this league. You can walk away all you want. Alisson Becker is the reason why we were in top half last season. Let's get this straight right now.
It's hard because it's like he's still in his career and Schmeichel just done everything. Do you know what I mean? At least you didn't say Reina.
I'll be honest. Cecil said it nicely. You ain't beating a Schmeichel. I didn't even say nothing.
Yeah, you can't.
And that doesn't mean to disrespect Becker. Again, bias that off. Respect for Becker. I genuinely respect him. But he's no Schmeichel. Never has been. There won't be many like him either.
I think there needs to be a conversation to be had. There is a conversation to be had though with that. I'll give you Schmeichel. For now,
I'm not picking Schmeichel as my solid pick. I'm just saying that's my honest.
Yeah. You know, but Cecil says Schmeichel, and also Leon's going to say Schmeichel.
No, I've got. You got. Listen, he's probably the. Yeah.
Leon's going to say Anana, but he's saying Schmeichel. All right?
No. I thought you were going to say Reina. I was just going to say no. Beat yourself out your own thing. You know
no, Reina wasn't even world class.
Yes, they do that, man. Then penalty saves are suspect nowadays. You look back.
Even do that one world class. Even world class didn't do that one world class.
Listen, just a quick one. For Layman and Seaman, big him up. But then again, Schmeichel makes sense. I'm not arguing.
So we agree on Schmeichel. We all agree on Schmeichel, right? Okay. Right back. We're obviously going to go far at the back. Right back.
Are you putting Trent in there?
And there's only two people that can go in there for me.
I'm
not having no Trent fan, Johnny. I'm not having no Trent fan, Johnny.
No, I'm not slow.
We're not
about these two.
We're not going. Yeah, but this is Premier League great. This is Premier League great.
Premier League.
This is not. Do you know what I'm saying?
Gary Neville was underrated just because he was an ugly one.
This is not Premier League great.
Effectiveness.
It's Premier League era, so it could be all football. It could be Champions League, FA Cups, everything together. But it's Premier League era. We've gone up in this. We can't put Kenny Dalglish in there.
Is it based off our clubs though?
Based off our clubs, but only what we've watched. I can't put Kenny Dalglish in there. I didn't watch him. I didn't watch enough John Barnes. I got caught at the last end of him, so I can't put him in there.
I'm a young G as well, but okay, I hear that.
You can only based off what we've watched. Right,
Laurent.
Laurent was cold though.
He was cold, but I can't argue him.
No, Lauren is not in this conversation.
Hey, watch yourself, Dave.
Sorry,
Yeah, two out some invincibles here, blood.
You know, for
Yeah,
the
hey.
benefit of the show, yeah, because on the technicality, as much as I think Trent is a modern day world class right back going forward, I don't think he's world class going backwards. And again, I don't believe he's at the same level as he is going forward. So for me, I like complete right backs. I grew up in an era as complete right backs. Respectfully, Gary Neville's assist chart and his attacking prowess was as good as his defense. So for me, that's why I'm going. But however, I'm sure you man will probably go Trent. So if it sways to Trent, I'm happy to take Trent. But my selection is going to be Gary Neville.
It's just like consistent, wasn't he? It was just like
Gary
7 out of
Neville's
10.
good, bro. I'm not going to disrespect Gary Neville. I think he doesn't get the credit he deserves, but I don't know.
Everyone's like a chicken, man.
This one's out of my remit.
This is going to be out, because we've got 2 Man United fans. It's going to be out when it comes.
No, I just say if someone says Trent, I'm not going to argue. I'm just saying that's my status to a fair argument for having Neville based on my preference of I like a defensive and attacking right back, and I've seen enough from Neville to do that over a long period of time.
My thing is the way the balance of the team. You've gone Schmeichel in goal. If you went Alisson Becker, it's more playing out from the back. You know what I mean? It's more it's the new school football. Schmeichel's not that as much, even though he's a great shot stopper and has great. He's good with the ball at his feet. And if you have Trent, it's that style of moving the ball from inverted Gary Neville. I mean,
what I will say about Trent, I will say about Trent, I do think he gets highlighted too much for his defensive things. For example, Trippier has had some awful games in the last 2, 3, 4 games.
True.
You don't see those highlights on Twitter.
Yeah, but Damon, do you know the difference? Yeah,
with Reece James.
Yeah, but the way they spoke up.
Yeah, it's because this is the thing. Yeah, you give ammo on Twitter to people on social media when the moment you say he's world class and you get people defending him, and then when people are bringing fair arguments to go, is he as good defensively? They say they don't care because it's Klopp's system. That's when you then open the window for going, okay,
I don't think it's as bad as that people make out. That makes sense. That makes sense. I don't think it's as bad as people make out. I think he's defended against Neymar, defended against Leroy Sané.
As he's going forward. He's an elite going forward, probably one of the best in the world. He's not that going back, and he's actually, in my opinion, and listen to disrespect, but he's bottom of the league, top of the Championship League level, going backwards. He's easily done. He's easily beaten by weak wingers. Wayne Routledge would have him on smoke. Aaron Lennon would have done it.
Leroy Sané didn't have him on smoke. Neither did Neymar.
Yeah, fair play. He had that moment. Everyone has their moment. Twanzebe had a moment against them, man, but still got sold. You know what I mean? It still happens, man.
Nah, Twanzebe carrying team.
Now listen.
Trent has carried our team for a couple of times.
That's what we're saying. Who we saying? We're saying Lee Dixon then, yeah?
I'll also say Neville.
Saying Lee Dixon.
Not ever Gary Neville.
Man pulling out Lee Dixon.
I'm going Neville personally, but yeah.
Right, we'll go Neville then. Right, centre backs. This is the one I think where we could be discussing centre backs. Is there any Arsenal centre backs that you're going to throw out there that can?
I love Sol Campbell, but I know they're going to go Rio Ferdinand and Van.
You got to have Rio or Vidic, yeah. But Rio, yeah.
Rio and
Is there Rio Vidic?
Crazy.
No, Jaap Stam over Vidic.
I said Rio or Vidic in it, but yeah, no, Jaap Stam's over, yeah.
No, not over Rio though. No, but you put one of them, Rio, surely, over everyone.
I said I'm having Rio and Jaap Stam. This is what it is. It's not my fault. It's not my fault. We hate your careers growing up, man. I'm sorry.
I'm not doing well at the moment. I'll be honest.
Damo's about to say Skirtle or something crazy, aren't you?
If he says Van Dijk, I'm gonna lose my absolute shit, man.
Cecil, say Van Dijk. Come on, Cecil.
I love
Premier League all time.
Yeah, all times.
No way. Don't make that combo.
If you have Rio,
you can't have that.
Nah, Big Sol Campbell though.
I love Sol, bro.
Campbell was gold. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I fucking love Sol, bro. And that's what I threw in there.
Listen, I'm gonna be fair, yeah. I'm being I realize I'm being very cutthroat and being clearly biased, even if I think I've got logics. I'm gonna go with one of them and say Rio Ferdinand is one person has to go in there. I'll let you, man, do the next man.
I agree with that. By the way.
I agree with that.
So whoever you pick,
I don't know who the other one is.
Yeah, you pick. I'm not saying nothing.
Damon's going to pick Van Dijk.
Leon's saying Van Dijk. I've got Leon saying Van Dijk in his head. I can see it in his head.
I don't think so. Not with what Sol Campbell did. Sol Campbell.
Van Dijk, right? Van Dijk. He's not
Tony
the best
Adams, man.
back off, Prime Van Dijk.
Turkish will be going mad at me that I'm not saying Tony Adams here. Go on.
Prime Van Dijk, no one's better.
Yeah, Adams deserves a shout out, but Van Dijk, right? We've seen it this season. Van Dijk's not back, but is summer. When Van Dijk gets that level, It's different level. Najee, you can look down all you want. Van Dijk is a level.
You know what it is, Damon? Damon, you know I've got so much love for you, bro. Yeah, but it's like I've never really heard half of the names we're talking about have an off form where they no longer work. Like even when they have a drop off, they're still a 7 out of 10. I've seen Van Dijk have threes and he's gone missing. Like that's what I'm trying to say. The quality's different, bro.
What was it, like a cruciate ligament injury?
Yeah, the reason why he's out, I'm not going to deny the reason he's out. But what I'm saying to you is,
you put Yap standing there. Wasn't he there? Wasn't it with you like a year, 2 years or something? You weren't there.
Something like that, yeah. So similar period to Van Dijk's best reign. How long he's actually played good football.
I am throwing Sol Campbell in there, you know.
I think you got to go with Campbell. You know?
I'm throwing Sol Campbell. Invincible, come in, change, won the double. Like, bro, he come in and did.
Listen, pick who you want to pick, and I'm void of the second pick.
Oh, I hear that Rio has to be there, but Damo, I like that, and I like what they're saying as well. Van Dijk is not. He's been levels. Don't get me wrong, but with an all-time 11, Sol.
You know what is with Van Dijk? Yeah, I'll be respectful. If he has another 2-3 seasons at the top and wins a couple more trophies with his performances, he's clear. No problem. I will never argue again, ever.
I knew trophies were going to come into this. Because it's important. Trophy's legacy. This is the ability. I'm talking ability right now. I'm talking about player.
Okay, so then when I say trophies, for example, Alex Butner's got a Premier League medal. I never rave about Butner. Why? Because he wasn't instrumental in winning it. If a player's instrumental in winning the league or winning big trophies, I have to go safe. That's why I've always said Kante in my midfield three all time, because he's so instrumental to winning what he's won. I can't, do you know what I mean? But he gets overlooked. But for me, again, that's just a thing. That's just me personally. If you've been instrumental to winning those trophies,
I think context needs to be added as well. Like the team that he's playing around. This is why we're going to get into the Gerrard thing. Gerrard literally played in absolute dosses in the team, and they still achieved. Mad thing.
We'll get there. We'll get to that
anyway.
Campbell Rio.
You know what? I might just piss you off. I might just annoy you guys, right? And have Van Dijk as my cemented guy.
Have him, man. Okay, that's the guy. Have him.
Oh wait, I have one cemented as well. I don't know what I use. I hadn't even thought about who I'm going to use him for. But anyway, that's not. Go on, yeah. If I'm saying I think Sol Campbell and Rio. They've even mentioned. I watched Rio in the podcast. He said,
Leon,
if we were together.
So Leon, you had the signing photo then.
Van Dijk or Sol?
Van Dijk.
You got to think about what Najee said, yeah, and obviously, like, no disrespect to Van Dijk, he's still got time in his career, but it's when did you see Sol and Rio have a days off? Like, it's just, and when it was time to perform, it was time to perform. Innit? You know what I mean? And I'm not saying that Van Dijk hasn't been that, but it's too early to put him in there. It's the same thing with Alisson. It's too early. Schmeichel,
that time he ran off from Messi in Champions League was mad, you know. I can't lie. But yeah, you big Van Dijk, and he went, yeah, you get him. I was like, what?
I've seen Van Dijk all out in the box, man. Last season, I saw
the same Messi that sat down at Anfield crying.
Yeah, that one.
That Messi.
That was a good game. All right, Damon, good comeback.
Right, what are we saying?
Yeah, what we saying, man?
Left back, what are we saying?
Sol and Rio, come left back.
There's only one choice. You have to have him, Dennis.
No, it's tactical.
You have to have Dennis Irwin.
It's tactical.
I played against Dennis Owen in the pre-season, and he hates me. I was like, "Come on, Denny, come on!" I ripped him.
Dennis Irwin and Ashley Cole. Listen, Dennis Irwin was ahead of his time. If you played in this era, crazy.
He'd be unbelible, yeah.
But true, but don't just Ashley Cole though.
No, those are only. No, I'm saying those are
we're talking about trophies, brother. He's had a mad career. I know not all
he's sick. But I've got no issue with Ashley Cole. I'm just saying my pick's gonna be Dennis Irwin from bias, but I've got no issue with Ashley Cole at all.
Najee, come on, we're not doing this off. I'll come by.
Listen, that's not my fault. We've had great teams. You know what I mean? You could have said like in the past 10 years, then I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, cool.
Ashley Cole.
I don't know if I should cement. I can't cement Ashley Cole because that's treason.
You don't need to cement. He's going to win anyway. Ashley Cole's the best left back I've seen in world football, including Carlos.
Yeah.
Ashley Cole was unbelievable, man. Like even when he pocketed Ronaldo not just one game, every game. And that's a Ronaldo that was in form. Facts. So. Listen, I just think Dennis Irwin gets overlooked so much that he hates me. That's why I've got to bring his name to the forte. But if we're having a fair conversation, I'm happy to have Ashley Cole.
Yeah, I big up Dennis Irwin as well, man. Forgive me for I was taking the mic over in preseason tour, but
absolute baller.
Got respect for him, man. The original left, like original when
he had 8 out of 10 game was his worst game.
Yeah, he was class. Sense. He was class. But in the Premier League era, I'm sorry, Ashley Cole was, and it hurts me to say because obviously what he done, Ashley Cole going to Chelsea, but Premier League era, he's the best. He's the best.
Yeah,
And like you
done
said,
well.
some people say in the world, but in the Premier League area, he's the best left back. So
Yeah, man. How we didn't do anything with that England team, I don't know, man.
It's
Right.
crazy.
Stop.
That England generation was absolutely wasted.
Phenomenal.
I know I'm going to cement in, by the way, but I need you to see what you might have said when it comes to this conversation.
Right,
midfield.
Let's get to the midfield.
Do we go 3 midfielders or 2?
Oh, it's got to be 3. We're never going to agree on 2.
We'll have 3. Yeah, we'll put 3 in, but then we'll have to go 2 wingers and then 1 striker.
That's fine. I'm cool with that.
1 striker. So, midfielders, shout out your midfielders.
Vieira has to be in there. That's
I'm
my cemented one.
I'm not going to cement Steven Gerrard. He cements himself in himself. Right, okay. So,
Well, I was going to cement Vieira if we're going to argue, but I don't know.
I'm happy with that.
I feel like you got to have Scholes in the conversation, man. You know what I mean? You got to have Scholes in that conversation.
He's starting. There's no doubt he's not starting.
Yeah,
Is anything outside that is bias.
So is that the best 3 then? Vieira, Gerrard, Scholes.
It's like you know.
That's unreal, though. I'm not gonna lie.
You know what
That's
is with
unreal.
Scholes, yeah. He's like, when people see a watcher, they love the watch and that, but they don't rate the battery that actually ticks that watch around. If that watch stopped ticking, no one's got no ratings for that watch, even if it looks sick. Like, mate, you need to get it fixed. That's what they'll say to you. Paul Scholes is the guy that makes that watch tick. Serious. He's the value. That's it. You won't see him. And man's the only one, I've ever seen retire, come back, and actually single-handedly be the person that made us win the league because he dictated the game and went to JD Sports, wherever he was, to go get his boots. I'm not having it.
Yeah, that's
none
bad
of
boy.
you midfielders can say that.
That's bad boy. I'll give you that. That's a bad boy.
Where did Gerrard retire? In LA Galaxy, yeah? Cool. Safe.
Right.
That's your legend. Don't have that.
Sit comfortably with this one.
But yeah, no, I would. I think Vieira, Scholes, Gerrard makes sense, man.
Yeah, that does make sense.
That is the 3 we're having, but I'm gonna talk about Gerrard right now.
Yeah, you got to back him. You have to back him, Damon. Come on.
The thing is with Gerrard, right? I'll always put this out when the Gerrard, Lampard, Scholes. No matter what professional you ask that's played against these players, whether it be Scholes himself, who said Gerrard, by the way, I'll just throw that out there. He said Gerrard himself.
He's humble guy, Scholes, man. You've seen how Scholes moves, man. He's under the radar.
Gerrard admitted that Vieira was better than him. Just saying, back in as an interview, you can go on LFC website. I've done my
LFC website, not even us.
Actually, on the LFC website, I've got the quote. I was going to go on Lad Bible, and I thought I'd have to argue it. I've got all the stats between Gerrard and Vieira, but we won't get into it because we're humble right now. We got a nice midfield, but go on.
Listen, we did the midfield 3 nicely. We did it well.
Yeah, we did. I'm not gonna lie.
Damo cemented Gerrard, though. Remember,
I'm not cementing him. No, I'm not cementing it. He cements himself.
No, forget that.
I'm not cementing Gerrard. He's not my cement.
I was going to cement Vieira,
but Damo, if we had to drop one, obviously, Gerrard's getting. If we had to have a midfield too. Yeah, of course.
Rooney will come into the 10 and do Gerrard's job all day, every day.
Yeah.
Gerrard could play
Rooney or Bergkamp.
He could play right back. He could play striker.
Yeah, Rooney or Bergkamp. It's mad. It's actually this when we get. It's going to be.
That's what I'm saying. I would play a 10. I wouldn't play a 10. I would play 2 wingers.
Now you're gonna have to play. You have to play 1-9, 1 striker, and then 2 wingers because you got 4-3-3.
Yeah, we have to. Fuck.
All right, Vieira. So it's Vieira then. Scholes, Gerrard, safe. Everyone's got their player in it.
Have you guys got a cement in there yet?
I haven't got a cement in there, but I'm frustrated because I would have put one in midfield.
Yeah, I would. Well, you could have because I would have put in Vieira, but I think we came to the.
You know what it is? Yeah, I've got 2 to cement, but I was going to try and argue one of them round to make you go raw. You can't even say no. That was what I was going to try and do, but it's gone a bit mad. I wanted to cement Rooney in the number 10, like as a midfielder, because I think he would boss it. He's played striker 2 seasons at United, bossed everywhere else, did absolutely everything as a striker. I couldn't believe it. So, respectfully, yeah, his numbers don't lie, and the way Mandem plays, you won't get another street baller like that.
The midfield we got is
but the midfield's nice, so I ain't going to cement Rooney no more.
It's nice.
All
right, front 3.
Well, we say something about the Gerrard Lampard Scholes debate, right? Put Gerrard into those United teams and Chelsea teams, they will win the same amount of trophies, if not more. I'm telling you that now. Put Scholes and Lampard in that Liverpool team, nothing. We win absolutely nothing. There's no FA Cups. There's no Champions League. I'm telling you now. Look at that AC Milan team that we beat in Istanbul. Look at the AC Milan team compared to our team.
Yeah, but the AC Milan played you off the park, and then you had your spiritual moment.
Why did
and then Dudek jumped off his line to just save balls?
No. Forget Dudek. What? How do we get back in? Who got the goal back?
Gerrard was
everyone to the level to beat this AC Milan team.
No, listen. Oh, you know what it is for Gerrard, yeah? That's why I respect him. He's a moments player, and he's got some great, glorious moments that most footballers would dream to have.
He wasn't a
but he's not got the consistency to bring that to the table for his team.
He's won more individual trophies. If you talk about trophies, he's won more individual trophies than Lampard and Scholes.
Of course he's going to win individual trophies. He's the main man. If he was in a team where he wasn't the main man,
but but you got to win titles to be individual trophies as well these days. You can't just win individual trophies off the back of playing in a crap team. You don't see Jamie Vardy. You don't see who played for a poor team. Payet, for example, win individual trophies at West Ham.
Yes, West Ham.
This guy's done that because
up the irons. Up the irons.
You know what I'm saying though? We were fourth, fifth. We were overachieving under Gerrard because of Gerrard.
Right. Can I cement someone in then, please?
Go on.
Andy Cole, striker. Don't want to hear it.
Real talk.
Oh,
yeah, real talk.
Yeah,
Andy
Cole.
No, you could. No, to be fair,
ever. Baller.
But it's unbelievable. You could.
That means you're dropping Moon in, doesn't it?
Yeah, it means I sacrifice Rooney. No problem.
So wait, what are we doing with the front three? We're doing like.
Well, I'm gonna have to cement Thierry on the left then. But that's
I was gonna say, can you move them on the left?
You've already cemented Vieira.
No, I didn't do. We didn't do that.
No, he didn't. We agreed on that.
If you didn't, I didn't.
All
Exactly.
Yeah.
What we're doing it where
I can't live. Andy Cole, he's good. Didn't all these goals, especially not for penalties. But bro, Thierry,
and I'm cementing Salah on the right.
No, I'll take Thierry on the left. No problem.
And I'm cementing Salah on the right.
Andy go on the left.
You're cementing Salah on the right, and obviously Leon cementing Ronaldo on the right. No problem. You two can fight in it. Right winger team.
You've cemented Andy Cole. I'm cementing Salah on that right.
You cementing Leon?
Let's be real, yeah. Thierry's got to be there. Yeah,
Thierry
has to be
He's
there.
just got left.
Striker, you could have Andy Cole or Cantona, but technical ability-wise, I would take Andy Cole all day, just because.
If you're talking player-wise, if you're talking actual player-wise, striker. If we're putting Nani on left, Suarez is better than any of them.
Can I be really respectful to Salah? In another system, with the players that we've got, the profiles around Salah, you ain't getting the Salah that you get.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
he was bumming off Firmino. Firmino was so good. Andy Cole trying to play like Firmino. He's trying to do certain things. I'll be honest.
Same with Ronaldo. So you need to dash Salah out.
Overlap and say, go run past 2 or 3 men without being your favourite place.
Salah
ain't working in that area.
Out anyways. I cemented in.
So what are you saying? That you rate Salah more than Ronaldo?
Ronaldo.
Might like Ronaldo, yeah.
Should be Thierry.
Wow.
Thierry, Ronaldo, and Salah personally, but it is what it is.
I don't know if you guys have got short memories, but I remember Salah absolutely ripping a lot of these teams apart, including Man City.
Man won the Ballon. Has Salah ever won the Ballon d'Or at Liverpool?
Oh, Ballon d'Or. Didn't Van Dijk come second in the Ballon d'Or? Should have won it that season. Where's that?
Should have, would have, could have. But didn't win, did he? So safe. Silver medal, safe. Cool. He got robbed of that every record. Ronaldo broke every record in the 08 team. Every record. And then went on to win Champions League.
Salah's broken every record since his
and the Ballon d'Or same season.
Salah's
talking prime.
Michael Owen
won
Ballon d'Or, so let's get him.
You're not serious.
Damo. Ronaldo scored every type of goal. Salah can't score Ronaldo's goal.
You can't do that, man.
You can't do that.
You can't score penalties these days.
It's like saying Salah can score Thierry Henry's goals. You can't do that.
Crazy.
You can't do that. Do you know what
Damo, stop it. You know what, Leon? Yeah, you've got a cement left, bro. I challenge it. Go, Damon. It's going to go.
Yeah, hell yeah. It's got really.
Thierry has to be in.
No, there's no way. I'm not taking Thierry out. I'm not taking.
There's no way. On the left, man. Just to get him in.
Andy shouldn't even be up top. We should have shoehorned him in on the left or the right, but Thierry should be in the top.
He's the man Andy Cole.
I know. I should have said
Andy Cole's numbers, man.
Leon, are you agreeing with cementing Andy Cole? You're supposed to be doing this together.
You can't not agree. It's a cement, like it or not.
It's hard because, like, Najee. The question is, if we had to drop, it's whether we would take Thierry up front, Salah, and then Ronaldo.
No, I'm dropping Salah all day, every day. There's no way.
No, but I'm saying if you can't drop Salah,
I don't believe anything about that system.
If you can't drop Salah,
Damon spoke about individual talent. Yeah, brilliant. We're talking about an era of football where it wasn't about robotics. These days, these footballers, this is why we're talking about footballers. You get called world class in this day and age. Last 2 seasons because you can't maintain what they've got. They ain't got that spark. They don't need those systems. The players I'm talking about. What we grew up watching, any pitch, any formation, any style, I'll do my thing. I'll give you the best quote ever. Yeah? R9, Ancelotti. Ancelotti says, I need you to run here, here, here. What did my man say to him? Do you want me to run or score goals? He goes on the pitch, bags 2 goals. In this day and age, R9 couldn't talk like that to Pep or Klopp. You're getting subbed. These man made magic. I'm looking at the plays he's got around him, yeah? Salah can't be turning. You think Salah's turning into Paul Scholes saying, cover this hole for man? Shut your mouth. Are you mad?
So you just said that there are players around him, but when the Gerrard debate comes around, you don't include players around him.
Say again?
When the Gerrard debate comes around, the whole players around him debate.
No, because like I just said, the era that Gerrard's playing is different to Salah. Salah's playing in an era where systems are so overpowered that Firmino
Salah is still doing the bits. This season we ain't got
Just
Firmino or Mandem, but Salah's still doing the bits.
He's doing bits, but not to the levels that he was. Come on now. Look at the types of goals that he's scoring.
Bergkamp's a killer to leave out, isn't he? Bergkamp's a killer to leave out.
Look at the types of goals my man scores. Look at the types of goals Ronaldo scores.
Treason.
Different. It's just different. That's why I'd say. That's why even now, yeah, when I look at Andy Cole, I tell people, yeah, even the you two are watching, I'm an oldie, yeah, cool. I ain't gone great yet, but I'm an oldie, yeah. Go watch Haaland's best ever goals in the Premier League, yeah, and then just go watch again Andy Cole's.
He's a killer.
Different. Of how
he's a
different gravy.
He's a killer in front of him. He's finishing crazy.
But look at Salah's best. If we were talking about best goals, look at Salah's best goals.
Ugly at football, man.
I can name quite a few off.
Yeah, but Damon, I think one of the things you got to remember is, Salah's. A lot of Liverpool fans talk to me about Salah misses a lot of chances, similar to what Rashford does, and then they score their goals. Whereas Andy Cole is clutch.
The thing is about Salah, right? I'll tell you one thing he does that some people don't do is turn up in big games. Every big game, Salah will turn up. I'm telling you that now.
Andy
Cole did. Chelsea.
Ronaldo did.
Big games, huge.
Champions League games.
Yeah, that's true. I'm trying to get the balance right.
Yeah, basically, Najee, he's not having the Salah out, so it's really down to us whether we're taking.
No, it's down to you, bro, because you got cement and you can argue for the next 3-4 hours.
I can't believe.
Yeah, but Damon's channel, he's not going to have it. So
yeah,
basically,
it's true.
So it's basically whether we're going to have.
Listen, I'm cementing Andy Cole, man. One of the most Premier League all-time greats.
I'm being fair. One Arsenal, one Liverpool, one United. I'm trying to keep it. I think that's how it should be.
That's fair.
I think it comes down to we're having Ronaldo, Henry, and Salah. Because obviously Damon is doing his thing. Obviously, it's crazy. I don't get it. It's crazy, Najee. But or we're having Andy Cole, Salah, and it's hard to leave Ronaldo out.
For Salah, I don't mind taking the sympathy vote. I'm not a respectful one. No way.
So
I'll do a sympathy vote for Salah.
Henry, Cole, Salah.
Yeah. Ronaldo's missing out sadly.
I'm shocked at the Rooney situation. I'm surprised that you've not put Rooney in there.
Yeah, I would have put Rooney in the midfield.
High heels.
Because I want Andy Cole has to be that.
No,
Andy Cole.
No, if we did Rooney in the midfield, Bergkamp has to come in somewhere. I don't know where.
Well, there you go. Yeah, you'd have to do something.
If you're talking actual cam sort of 10 slash, then Bergkamp is the man. Rooney, for me, should be up front instead of Cole, but he's just cemented the guy, so can't go against that. So our combined 11 is Peter Schmeichel in net, Gary Neville right back, centre backs of Fernand and Campbell, left back Ashley Cole. Midfield. This midfield is scary, by the way. Vieira, Gerrard, Scholes. That is probably the perfect combination of midfield.
That's unreal.
Yeah, let Gerrard bomb forward, man. Let Scholes dictate.
Up front, Salah, Andy Cole, who does deserve a shout out, by the way. Andy Cole is an absolute batsman, but I can't believe you've not put Rooney in there. And Henry bagged that to the left.
That's ridiculous. But I'm gonna.
It's mad how much you're overrating Salah because. It's mad how much you're overrating Salah because you read his name first. The disrespect is crazy.
No. Henry and Gerrard are my number ones on the list. If I were picking teams tomorrow, Henry and Gerrard are my first 2 people.
Damon, let me ask you a question. Yeah, who's the captain? We know what's coming.
Got to be Gerrard.
It's only between 2 of them. There's only two of them that can be
captain. Came back into AC Milan.
Gerrard and Vieira.
Amazing.
Gerrard and Vieira is the only options here.
Yeah, I mean, makes sense.
I'm not going to lie to you. Vieira in that three, Vieira's taking the captaincy still because he's going to say to Gerrard, "You do what you do," but I'm the guy.
I think Gerrard.
I'm seeing the whole picture. Yeah, he's the one he's letting Gerrard do the whole.
Big Vieira, man. Big Patty V, man.
Big Pat, bro. He's there.
I'm happy with Vieira being the captain and let Gerrard and Scholes do their things.
Who's manager?
Cool. Manager. I knew. Yeah. What? Klopp.
Ten Hag.
Tell, come on, jeez.
Unai Emery.
Oh my God.
God.
It's a low blow. That's a low blow.
I love that.
Rafa Benitez.
It has to be, man.
Well, we'll go Fergie then. We'll go Fergie just because.
Like,
Because
Sir
we
Alex.
have
Yeah, so that's a sympathy vote, man.
Yeah.
Sir Alex.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna argue that. Big up Wenger, but it's Sir Alex, man. But
Yeah, we'll go
sorry.
Fergie. Thanks, that boys. That was
I
that
can't
was
believe you lot wanted Wenger out though, man. I look back and go, right, imagine Wenger now. Yeah, man.
It's mad, innit? But I agree. He overstayed in the end, but it is what it is. Oh, he bust out, bro. Mad.
I don't know, but anyway, thanks boys for joining me tonight, and it's been a fun chat. I know a bit late on, but you know what? It was actually worth the wait, wasn't it, guys? I think it was worth the wait. It's been an hour and a half, but it's been so worth the wait, and I think it's nice to have this chat with other fans as well as just your own fans.
Yeah,
about talking about the same things, the same transfers, the same transfer rooms every single season. This is better, and even like the combined 11, it's nice to bounce off each other and get this banter. Even though we don't agree on a lot of things, this is what football's about, isn't it? This is what football's about. Everyone interacting and getting on as people before fans. So thank you, everyone. Thank you guys, Najee, Leon, Cecil, for joining tonight as well. And please, if you are new to this podcast, please give us a 5-star. I've always said on this podcast, if you want to give us a 1-star, please tell me why you give us a 1-star. I like to know what we can improve. But please like and subscribe to the LC Transfer Room, and You'll Never Talk One podcast, which is brought to you by the LC Transfer Room as well. Please follow these guys on social. I'm sure you know where Cecil's from. That No Context Arsenal AFTV.
AFTV.
Leon, you'll find Leon on Mandem Talk with Saeed TV, and again with Najee. Najee's the same, and you also see Najee on Football Threads as well. I think with Terry, I think he comes on.
Me and Najee do a show Sunday at 8:00 as well. So Road
and
United, we go a little bit more in depth.
I'm waiting for these invites. I'm waiting for these invites from Leon and Cecil. They'll be due around the corner soon.
We'll do something definitely. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, man. 100%.
Yeah, I can bring. Well, not a problem. We were struggling for a Liverpool representative today, so I could have brought you on, man. All good, man.
I'm joking about it. I'm joking.
I'm being serious. No, I'm being serious.
Take up the offer, Damon. Trust me.
Yeah, man.
Thank you, boys. Thank you for joining in tonight, and make sure you do follow the You'll Never Talk On podcast.